Hi, and welcome back to this tutorial series where we are going to go over the various settings within Fantasy Grounds Unity in relation to configuring a given campaign. The next important selection is going to be specific to the game system or the rule sets you're going to use, and this is going to set up functionality within Fantasy Grounds for the underlying rule set you will be using. This could simply be one of the ones already provided within Fantasy Grounds Unity by default, which is essentially this list here, or many of the other rule sets that could be purchased from the Steam, Fantasy Grounds, Forge, or DM's Guild online stores, all of which I will provide links to in the description below. There are other rule sets that are also freely downloadable via the Fantasy Grounds forums and other RPG-based sources, though you will want to be careful and ensure that you trust the source you're downloading from. It's even possible for you to craft your own rule sets. Even though I don't have any experience doing that myself, there are a large number of regulars on the Fantasy Grounds Discord channel that are usually more than willing to provide guidance on that particular subject. Now, admittedly, I haven't tried any of the other rule sets other than the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition rule set. However, the setup is essentially going to be the same. Selecting the game system should be the next thing you do after choosing your campaign name, and this is because changing the rule set will undo any content entered or selections made within the authentication setup area of the screen, or to any of the extensions selections that you have made, both topics of which I will cover in later videos. Just to show you an example here, if I select this and then I change the core system, you'll see that it deselects that. And if I go back to my initial selection, that is still deselected. Each rule set can and will provide different levels of functionality. The case in point is the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons rule set. It allows for a large amount of automation within the rule set itself. But other rule sets might not have that same level of automation. It does not mean it's going to make it any less fun, it just simply means that either your players or you as the Dungeon Master have to do a little bit more work while taking part of that particular campaign. Having said that, Smiteworks is constantly improving on each of those rule sets, so over time, if we're not already there, it may turn out that all of the rule sets will be highly automated. At this point though, once your choice has been made on the rule set, you can move on to dealing with the authentication and extension options, which we will cover in the upcoming videos. And that does cover everything that I need to mention in relation to the game system for a given campaign, so let's move on to the next video.